y'all, welcome back to Lil Ma's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a one-pan honey garlic chicken and vegetables. So I hope you enjoy. With that being said, we're going to just jump right in. You know, you can use 6 to 8 chicken thighs with the skin on, bone in. You are more than welcome to use the skinless, boneless, whatever you want. This is just what I use. In addition to that, right here, as you can see, we have our herbs and our seasoning. So I have about a teaspoon of basil. I have about a teaspoon of thyme. And this is about a half a teaspoon of oregano. I also have some chili pepper flakes. That's about 1 teaspoon. You can adjust that to taste, or you can omit it completely if you do not like things spicy. Last but not least, that is my salt. You can adjust the salt to taste. I also have garlic. That's about 4 cloves of garlic. The recipe calls for 3 cloves. I always say 3 to 4 cloves because I prefer a little more garlic, so I add 1 extra clove. So that there is about 4 cloves of garlic. This is 1 small onion. You can use 1 small onion, or if you like shallots, I would say 2 small shallots. This here is about a pound of baby red potatoes. I have cleaned them up, sliced off any, dark spots, anything that was undesirable, and I've cut them in half. So you should do the same. Over here you have about a pound of the green beans, maybe a little over a pound of green beans. So they are trimmed. I have already washed them and cleaned them, and that's that. So here's the baby carrots. So this is about a pound of the baby carrots. I also have olive oil here. We have some black peppercorns, and also last but not least, I'm going to summarize what's going to make the marinade. So you have some honey here. That's about a half of cup of honey. You also have some balsamic vinegar. This is about a 1/4 of cup of balsamic vinegar, a 1/4 a cup of soy sauce, and 1/4 a cup of ketchup. So all of this is what makes the marinade. Last but not least, we have some fresh parsley that I have already chopped up. We're going to reserve that for last, and that's just going to be something that I'm going to use for the garnish. So with that being said, we can just jump right in. All right. So let's take the chicken. Let's put that into the bowl. All right. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take garlic first and just kind of sprinkle that on top. Okay. I'm going to add in pretty much most of the vegetables, I should say. The onions. Or not even the vegetables, the herbs. Okay, so we put all of the herbs. We put the onions. If you're using shallots, put that in. Let's also put our ketchup. Okay, this is our soy sauce. And our balsamic vinegar. Okay, let's also include our honey. This is a quick and easy meal. And if you have children that are difficult to please, usually they like this kind of stuff. So I'm just gonna get all that honey out of there. Okay. And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna mix everything really well. Okay, I'm just gonna give it a good little mix. Okay, so I'm gonna say about a tablespoon. Olive oil. Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna mix this really well. It smells great. Okay, very simple marinade. And then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna put this into a freezer bag or, you know, plastic bag to marinate it. So my suggestion is that you marinate it for no less than 30 minutes. If you are trying to prepare this ahead of time and, you know, you're busy and you just want to do it the day before, it's perfectly fine to marinate it up to 1 day in advance. But I wouldn't marinate it, you know, any longer than that. Just make sure that the meat is fresh. So again, we've mixed that in. We have everything in there. I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna put it into the freezer bag. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna pop this into the freezer bag and we're gonna let it marinate for about 30 to 45 minutes. I would like to let it marinate longer, but we're hungry and of course, sometimes things are last minute. So with that being said, we will check back in right before we pop this in the oven. I'm going to go ahead and show you what you need to do with your vegetables. So your carrots, your green beans, and your red potatoes. All right. Okay, so we've allowed the chicken to marinate in the sauce for about 30 to 45 minutes. And because I'm, you know, anxious to get dinner started, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to move forward with putting it into the dish. So as you can see, I'm going to lay the chicken into the baking dish. Also, I failed to mention that I have already placed the carrots, the baby red potatoes, and the green beans into the baking dish. I placed them side by side just because I like the appearance. You know, I like the way it looks. If you want to mix it together, you're more than welcome to do that. And then if you were to mix it together, I would suggest that you place the chicken on top. So this is just the way I like it because some people in my family, they like carrots, some people like potatoes, and others like the string beans. But, you know, everyone may not like everything combined, so I do this purposely. So it's totally your preference, but you can be creative with that. So I'll leave that totally up to you. But this is the way I like it. So we're going to go ahead and continue to just lay the chicken into the dish, baking dish. Also, I have already preheated the oven to 425 degrees. So once we get this all together, we're gonna bake it for about, I'm gonna say 30 to 45 minutes. Once you marinate the chicken, you need to go ahead and preserve the remaining juices from the marinade because we're going to use that. So as you can see, I'm placing that there. But I'm going to use the remaining marinade. I want to pour a little more spices, but we'll do that after. We'll spread it out and make sure that it's evenly distributed. So I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is I have the black pepper and I have a little bit of all-purpose seasoning because initially I didn't put any seasoning on the carrots, the red potatoes, and the green beans, so I just wanna, you know, make sure that we have some good flavors going on. This is mostly herbs. It has a little bit of salt, but it's mostly herbs and paprika, onion powder, garlic powder. So again, put a little bit of that. Make sure these are not bland. It's about a tablespoon. I'm also going to put the black pepper. These are my black peppercorns. So I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of that over everything. Ooh, a little bit extra right there. Okay. The only thing I have left or remaining is the parsley, which we will add after it's baked for some time. So what we're going to do is go ahead and cover it and allow this to bake.